You finally get the raise, or the new job, or the client that pays double what the last one did. You stare at your phone, looking at the new number in your bank account, and for a moment, you feel relief. You tell yourself, this is it. This is where things get easier. But a few months later, something strange happens. The relief fades, the stress comes back, and you can't explain why. Because technically, you're making more money than you ever have. So why do you still feel like you're one bad month away from panic? Why does your chest still tighten when you check your balance? Why does money still feel like a problem you haven't solved? That's what we're going to talk about today. Because the uncomfortable truth is this: making more money doesn't automatically fix financial stress. And most people don't realize that until they've already spent years chasing the wrong solution. If you enjoy conversations about money that go deeper than numbers and explore the psychology behind how we actually live, make sure you're subscribed. And before we continue, tell me in the comments, have you ever gotten a raise or increased your income but still felt the same financial stress?
Most of us grow up believing a very simple equation. More money equals less stress. It sounds logical, almost obvious. If stress comes from not having enough money, then having more should remove the stress, right? But here's what quietly happens. Your income goes up, and so do your expectations. Your lifestyle adjusts before your mind ever does. You move to a slightly better apartment, you upgrade your phone, you start ordering food more often because you're tired, you subscribe to more things. You say yes to more social plans because you can now afford them. Nothing extreme, nothing irresponsible, just small upgrades that feel reasonable. And before you notice, your new normal requires this higher income just to maintain. So the stress doesn't disappear. It just moves. Now you're stressed about keeping the income, stressed about not falling back, stressed about what happens if something goes wrong. You didn't remove the pressure, you raised the cost of living under pressure. This is where most people get confused. They think the problem is still income, but the problem has quietly shifted into something psychological and structural.
Financial stress isn't only about how much money you make. It's about how much margin exists between what you earn and what your life requires. And most people never increase that margin. They increase the size of the life. Imagine two people. One earns $1,500 a month and spends $1,200. The other earns $4,000 a month and spends $3,800. Who feels more relaxed? It's not the one earning more, it's the one with space. That space is what your nervous system actually cares about. Because stress doesn't come from numbers, it comes from tightness, the feeling that there's no room for error, no room for surprise, no room to breathe. When you get a raise but your expenses quietly expand to match it, your brain never registers safety. You still feel like you're balancing on a thin line. And this is where psychology takes over. Your brain isn't wired to feel calm because your salary increased. It's wired to feel calm when risk decreases. But if your life expands at the same rate as your income, risk never decreases. It just becomes more expensive. You start needing the higher income to maintain the same sense of stability you had before, and that's exhausting. There's another layer most people don't see. As income rises, so does identity. You start seeing yourself as someone who should live a certain way. You should have nicer things. You should go to better places. You should look like you're doing well. And suddenly, spending isn't about comfort anymore. It's about maintaining an image of progress. You're no longer spending to live. You're spending to prove. And proving is very expensive. This is why people who double their income often report the same or even higher stress levels than before, because they didn't change how they relate to money. They just changed the scale. Now the bills are bigger, the expectations are bigger, the fear of losing it is bigger. And here's the part nobody tells you. The more money you make without changing your habits, the more fragile your life becomes. Because now if something happens, you have further to fall. You don't just worry about paying rent, you worry about maintaining the entire structure you built around the higher income: car payments, subscriptions, lifestyle costs, social expectations, commitments. Your life becomes heavier, and heavy lives create heavy stress. At some point, you realize something uncomfortable. The problem was never that you didn't earn enough. The problem was that you never built a life that felt safe at any income level. You were always running at the edge. When you earned less, you ran at the edge. When you earned more, you just moved the edge further out. You never stepped back from it. And the shift begins when you stop asking, "How do I make more?" and start asking, "How do I need less to feel okay?" Not in a minimalistic, extreme way, but in a structural, psychological way. You start noticing which expenses actually make you feel better, and which ones just keep you busy maintaining a version of yourself. You realize that peace doesn't come from upgrades, it comes from margin. From knowing that if your income dropped tomorrow, your life wouldn't collapse immediately. That realization changes how you see money. Money stops being something you use to build a bigger life. It becomes something you use to build a calmer one. This is where things become very practical. You don't need to cut everything. You don't need to live extremely. You don't need to deprive yourself. You just start paying attention to one question. Does this expense reduce my stress or increase my dependency? Some things genuinely reduce stress: a comfortable home, reliable transport, good food, time-saving tools. Other things quietly increase dependency: lifestyle upgrades that don't improve your daily peace but raise the cost of your existence. You start protecting your margin. When your income rises, you resist the urge to let your entire life rise with it. You let some of that increase go toward breathing room, savings that aren't for investment but for emotional safety, a lower baseline cost of living than you can technically afford, fewer fixed commitments, more flexibility. And slowly, something surprising happens. You start feeling calmer, even if your income doesn't change again, because now your nervous system feels something it hasn't felt in years: space. You stop being afraid of small setbacks. You stop panicking over unexpected expenses. You stop feeling like one mistake will undo everything. Not because you earn a lot, but because you built a life that doesn't demand a lot. Most people spend years trying to outrun financial stress by earning more. But stress isn't something you outrun. It's something you outgrow. And you outgrow it by changing how your life is structured around money. By realizing that calm comes from margin, not magnitude, from space, not scale. You don't need to earn endlessly more to feel okay. You need a little less. You need to build a life that your current income can hold comfortably, instead of a life that constantly demands the next level. Because real financial peace isn't when you can afford everything. It's when you no longer feel like everything depends on your next paycheck. And that shift doesn't happen in your bank account. It happens in how you design your life around it. Progress, in this case, isn't about growing bigger. It's about growing lighter. And that's a kind of wealth most people never realize they were allowed to choose.
If this kind of conversation helps you see money from a healthier, clearer perspective, consider subscribing and being part of this journey. And in the comments, share one thing you might change to reduce your financial stress, not by earning more, but by restructuring your life.